Welcome to another video tutorial with Meg. I'm excited to show you a really cool technique that we learned at the Stampin' Up! Convention this summer in Salt Lake City, and the convention is for demonstrators. If you're interested at all in coming with me next year, make sure you let me know. You can sign up to be a demonstrator anytime. So this is the new Big's Autumn Accent die, which matches the Wonderfall stamp set from the Holiday Collection catalog. And the first thing I'm going to do actually is go ahead and cut out my leaf shape. So I have my Big Shot here. There you go. And I always tell people when you're using your Big Shot, you're going to be making a sandwich. So these are like the pieces of bread, and they go on the top and the bottom. And then your meat and cheese, that goes in the middle, your paper and your die. So I'm going to crank this through. There you go. And when it comes out the far side, we have our pieces all die cut and ready to go. So here is my leaf, and I'm going to set the rest of this aside. The leaf is a perfect match with the big maple leaf image here, and so I'm going to go ahead and stamp this leaf on here. And I know you're thinking, really? How are you going to do that? So let me show you. What I'm going to do actually is take my more mustard pad. I love these new ink pads. Remember, I've been telling people you don't have to twist, twist, tap, tap anymore. That's how I used to teach stamping. These give up ink so nicely that all you really need to do is like little mouse feet. So, deet, 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 deet. It's like, I don't know, if you have little kids, it's like Angelina Ballerina. If you're an Angelina Ballerina fan. Little mouse feet. Okay, so I have my stamp here, and I'm going to go ahead and lay it on the table, rubber side up, and then I have my leaf, and the leaf is going to get set down right on top. Now, if I get it perfectly on there, then woohoo, you can cheer. If I miss, you know what? It's okay, because I'm going to show you the rest of this technique. And if you're looking at my fingernails, no, they're not stained orange from ink. It's tie-dye. I've been tie-dyeing with my kids this summer, and it stains my fingernails if I don't wear gloves. Okay, so I'm going to turn that over, and woohoo, are you cheering? Anyway, you really don't have to be perfect with this though, because here's the next step. My next step is to place this on a piece of grid paper because I don't want to get ink everywhere. And I'm going to grab my Cajun Craze ink pad and my sponge dauber. These little babies come 10-2 package, and I love them. You can wash them out, but I just like having one for yellows and one for oranges and so forth. So again, you don't need to mash the sponge dauber into your pad anymore, just nice little taps. And then I'm going to go ahead and go right around the edge of my leaf and cover up that white border, because I don't know about you, but I don't know how many white borders there are on leaves in real life. Mother Nature doesn't really do white borders. Okay, so we want to make this kind of a little bit less stark on the edges. So there is our leaf, kind of quick and dirty. The more variation to the color, the more you like it sometimes. And the next thing I'm going to do, if I was not worried about, you know, my orange stained fingernails, I might wait a couple seconds for this to dry a little more. You can see how shiny it is, but I'm not concerned. We'll be wild and dangerous here. Man, that thumb is really orange. I'm going to have to do something about that. If you have any advice for me, leave me a comment. Somebody said lemon juice, so. All right, now you'll notice that I didn't flatten this very much. It's still pretty crumpled, because the next thing I'm going to do is grab my Raspberry Ripple ink pad. And I know that Raspberry Ripple is pink, and you think, wait, with mustard and Cajun Craze, really? But it comes from, the color inspiration comes from the Autumn Designer Series paper in the mini catalog, which I absolutely love. Here's a piece of it right here, and you can see the Raspberry Ripple here with the Cajun Craze and the more mustard. Use your Designer Series paper for palette inspirations, color palette inspirations. It's a really great tool. Okay, so I have my leaf here, and I'm going to take my pad, and it's real tempting to try and be like, you know, get a corner in the right place, but what I'm going to do is take my whole pad and go mush, and then think, oh, I could use a little more. Mush, 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 mush. And just keep mushing it until you are looking at it and very happy with what you got. and that is about where I'm happy with it. So now that I'm going to go ahead and leave to dry a little bit and put my raspberry ripple away. So as I'm letting that dry, I'm going to show you one of the other leaves here from the Big Shot die, and I have a little tiny piece of this, oops, here we go, Big Shot die, a little tiny piece of the champagne glimmer paper, which I love. And I am going to go ahead and put this on here. There's 2 sheets in the package, which at first glance is kind of like 2 sheets, really, that's it. But when you use this on your projects, you only need a tiny little bit. So it's really, a little bit goes a long way. So again, with my cutting plates for my Big Shot, I'm making a sandwich. So I've got that trapped in the middle, and then go ahead and put this through my Big Shot. And through the magic television, I have my leaf here, my glimmery leaf, to go with my maple leaf. I'm going to take one of these new brass buttons, which are really remarkable. They're really lightweight. If you, they have a really nice look to them, a look and a feel that they look like really nice, heavy, weight, expensive buttons, but they're not heavy at all. So they're great for cards. And that I'm going to tie with some of my linen thread and add to the designer series paper I showed you earlier. And when I'm all finished, I have here a really fun card. The background texture was done with the wood grain embossing folder. And I added a little scallop here at the bottom. And you can see how I've layered the buttons and the pieces together. And then the other part that I've added here is the folder from the Mixed Medley Hostess stamp set, which is available just in the holiday collection. So when you host a party, or when you place an order that is over $150 and you qualify for Stampin' rewards, then you get $25 for free, and this is one of the stamp sets that you can choose. Here's the sort of quick version of it. But this is the friend stamp right here, and I did a little bit of rock and roll technique here to make my little extra on my card. So there is our very fun finished card, and again, this technique was shared on stage at the Stampin' Up! Convention, and I'm really happy to share it with you.